Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 5 of the TCR Sprint Car Series here on Grease Vision. Today we are at Lanier. I am Nathan Mon, joined by my co-host Logan Joyner. How we doing?
Pretty good, Nathan. How about you?
Doing good, doing good. I know you missed it last week and we were talking right before this, but a pretty saw a lot of motions last week as Henry Finson able to get his first win in the series and the Grim Reaper himself just coming up a little short. Um, it was certainly a race for the ages. I think there's a lot of comeback stories in the mix, and I'm hoping to see a lot more tonight of some storylines. It's got a pretty solid car count. It looks like about 16 cars tonight, ready to rip.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be pretty exciting. I hate that I missed that, but congrats on that first win of the season. And I know Matt Grimm is definitely going to be out to get some revenge on that, get another win under his belt because he sure does have quite a few of them.
Yeah, I know we've the main storyline has been, can Matt Grimm defend his championship here in the TCR series, but he sounded very dejected last week. I'm hoping with a week's rest, able to come in here with a clear mind, clear head, and do some damage. He's looked pretty quick in practice so far as some of these guys start to go out for their qualifying laps, as we can start to key in on some of these guys. Let's take a look here. Let's go TV1 on Mason Heimball. Looks like the top is going to be where you want to be. Saw a lot of that in practice. Mason looked like he's going to try out the bottom there, and he's currently sitting P2.
I'm looking at league owner here, Mr. Trent Curtis is the 10th spot here. Looking at Matt Grimm riding around the top here on my monitor 1. My monitor 2 went down for some reason, but Matt Grimm ripping the high side. It's definitely going to be a top feeder kind of night.
I think so, yeah. I think it's going to be, I'm trying to get Matt Grimm up and at him here. Here we go. Matt Grimm also, yeah, ripping the top for his qualifying laps. I think, so what we've seen so far, though, with the top feeding track, it makes for those exciting slide jobs, but when they don't work out, that's when you start to see that chaos as Matt Grimm goes P2 on the board.
At 11.984. I think the first lap didn't count for him because he tagged the wall a little bit, so it canceled his qualifying lap.
We do see last week's winner, Henry Finson, with one lap besting Matt Grimm's time by 100th, 11.97. So it looks like we might see another round of Grimm and Finson here tonight. Another car I'm on the lookout for is Lockie Phillips. Kind of struggled last week. Made a little bit of ground up in the feature race. Kind of ended up wrecking out of his heat race, but he was already focused on the feature. But not really the best showing that, as strong as what we've seen is Lockie Phillips going to go P4 with an 11.99. So, I mean, all of these guys within the top 5 are within 300ths of a second right now.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And I'm kind of excited to see if they do wind up wearing up that top groove out and seeing if somebody tries the bottom here late in the race. I think that's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, guys like Henry Finson, I mean, when we talked to him 2 weeks ago, even when he didn't win, he was talking about how much he loved the bottom. And then last week when we talked to him, when he did win, he was talking about, yeah, guys, I told you this last week. I love the bottom. And he was just the class of the field last week, just pulling away. So I think that's probably going to be all for qualifying right now. I don't see anybody else on the track. It looks like they have just about 20 seconds left. So I think everybody is content with their lap, or they don't have any laps left. So looks like we are going to be able to run through the starting order here in a minute. We'll see. I believe it should be 2 heats, maybe. We might see 3. I'm not sure what you're seeing on your end.
Yeah, the session is set up for 4, but I'm not sure that we're going to see 4 heats with this amount of cars.
I like the idea of four.
Okay,
I was hoping that
it's 3
three
heats.
three heats, perfect. Yeah, I like the idea of 4. I think I like to see the car count where it's at. 15 so far here tonight is Lanier is a free track, so we're we were hoping to get more people coming out. And I mean, you guys get 3 heats of action and then a feature race. I believe it's a 35 lap feature tonight.
I think that might be correct. I'm not 100% sure on it. My sim is not showing me that at the moment.
Okay, well, maybe it'll be a surprise for everybody tonight as the cars are gridding up for heat number 1.
Oh, there we
So
go.
the guy that's going to lead the first lap tonight, or at least lead the field to green, is going to be Henry Fenson in that 10 car, last week's winner. Right beside him is going to be his teammate Lockie Phillips. In third, Preston Cottrell. In fourth, Kyle Smith. And in fifth, league owner Trent Curtis. Be kicking off heat number 1 as they start rolling away with the pace truck.
Yeah, this is so there's going to be 5 cars in this heat, 5 in the second, and only 4 in the final. I think maybe. Nope, I stand corrected. It is 5 cars. It is 555, and you were correct about the feature. It is 35 laps.
35 laps, perfect. We're gonna have, I believe, 8 in this heat. Don't trust the timing boards just yet. When we're racing here on dirt, it makes it a little tough for the timing sheet because it tries to count the laps under caution, and in dirt racing we don't count the laps under caution, so it always reset once we get green. I'm trying to make sure the intervals are coming up here. Let's see. So pace truck should be off here, and we are green here for heat number 1. Henry Fenson with a large jump. Lockie Phillips not going to let him get away as they head through turn 2.
Yeah, Preston. Sorry. Oh, we got a car flipped over.
Oh,
turn 3.
Yellow flag's out. Let's take a look and see what happened there. Let's see, as I'm trying to get the ticker to work here. For some reason it's being a little laggy. Let's see. Looks like that was Preston Cottrell. Let's take a look at what happened. We'll go on the chase view here, the far chase. Take a look here. So we're on here as they head into the corner. Oh, just taps the rear end of Lockie Phillips and ends up turning the wrong way. Wing off. Tough way to start heat number 1 there for Preston Cottrell.
And definitely Fenson and Phillips looking very strong here right off a rip, though. You know, they're always up near the front, so I think they're going to be making some noise for sure.
Absolutely, as they're always very quick around here. Like I said, I think Lockie might have something this week for Fenson. Looks like a delayed caution here. So
yeah, I think they may have been waiting for him to get a fast repair, maybe, to get back out on the track to get back rolling. I'm not very sure though. If you do get a second, Nathan, if you could run your stream on Discord, for some reason it cut off on me. I don't know why, but all right, here we go. We're going into turn 3. I'm about to run this thing again.
And Fenson is away. Lockie Phillips with a great jump as the two of them just pull away. Lockie Phillips going for the lead. Slide job.
Oh, wow.
Fenson.
It's always fun to see 2 teammates like this go after it. It's kind of like some friendly rivalries here.
Absolutely. I mean, they're kind of in what Henry talked about 2 weeks ago. Lockie Phillips loves to run this top side, and Fenson definitely likes this bottom. So you see him right here, just doing what they do best, taking the lines they like.
I just don't think the bottom's going to be as fast just yet. I don't know. He made up a little ground on there. I just don't know if the bottom's going to be quite enough this early in the track state. I
think Fenson's hoping that bottom line is going to try to work it in throughout this heat, and hopefully it'll pay dividends in that feature race. Now he's going to try out the top, make sure he can run that as well. There's only 2 laps to go. Lockie Phillips still out front over his teammate Henry Finson, with Trent Curtis up into third.
You know, Finson said that he didn't really like running the top, and man, he makes it look good, that's for sure.
And we got somebody in chat. Yes, my Trading Paints is running. I am re-downloading them now. Let's go to white flag here as the Trading Paints you see refresh, and it's gonna be Lockie Phillips taking the win here in heat number 1. Henry Finson P2, Trent Curtis in third, Preston Cottrell in fourth, and Kyle Smith in fifth.
Not too much calamity in the first heat, which it's a good thing, but it's definitely going to be calamity when we get into the feature, I think.
Absolutely. Let's see how they stack up here for heat number 2.
Looks like we're going to have Sawyer Tinker in the number 1 spot. We're going to have Mason Heimball in let's see, second. Cannon, I can't even say that last name. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not going to even try that. He's starting P3. Yeah, there you go. And then P4, we got Vince Guerreri. And number 5, we got Kyle Dersham. A lot of diverse names here.
I know. We saw Dersham with a 3rd place finish last week. Pretty good run for him, hoping to continue to carry that momentum here at Lanier. VG, we saw win a couple weeks ago. Very strong car. Unfortunately missed out on him last week, but I think this is it should be a pretty good battle. Mason Heimball had a lot of speed last week as well, so I mean, I think we should be in for a good one as the ticker is finally working, viewers. Thank you for bearing with me.
I guess you got your Trading Paints working.
I refreshed it. I did have it open. I did refresh it, so hopefully it'll be working now.
It looks to be matching what I have on my screen, so that's good.
Okay, good. Well, let's see how they start heat number 2 here. Like Tinker gonna back him up, and away we go. Sawyer Tinker gonna get a great jump on the start.
Now already a strong battle for P2.
Yeah, Mason Heimball ripping that high side right by the leader, closing the gap a little bit. He's going to dive to the bottom, look for the slide job. Cannon Leuenberger's there as well. Oh, contact!
Oh, we got contact!
Oh, we got contact.
He saves it!
Great save there by Sawyer. Not where he wanted to go, 2 spots back. He's getting more contact from behind. Man, it's tough, but up front, Mason Heimball ripping the top in that Rusty's Ka-chow machine. You got Cannon Leuenberger still ripping that bottom. Looks like he's going to still keep running that bottom. Looks like another guy like Henry Finson really liking that bottom. I think he's going to have to go to the high side, though, if he wants anything to do with Mason Heimball right now.
Yeah, that's terrible for Tinker because he was running, had a solid qualifying effort, and now he's near the rear of the field for the second heat here.
Yeah, it looks like Sawyer is in 5th here. Probably picked up a little bit of damage from the 2 contacts that he found. Is 3 laps to go. Coming to 2 laps to go for Mason Heimball to close out heat number 2. We look a little further back. Vince Guerreri settled well in 3rd, and Kyle Dersham in 4th. Still being chased a little bit by Sawyer, but I think Sawyer just got a little bit too much damage. As we go white flag, Mason Heimball rips it through 1 and 2. Gonna look to complete a big lead for him, 1.6 seconds. He was really able to pull away from the field there as he takes the win.
Yeah, something I did notice about him, he was able to hold that right rear right up against the fence. I mean, almost scraping it so much where the iRacing thinks he's actually touching it, but he's not.
Yeah, it did look like he was really as close to that wall as possible. And yeah, it must be just netcode on our end, as like I saw the sparks on, looking at him as well, but must not have been costing him speed because he was able to pull away. So I believe for that one, your top 3 was Heimball, Leuenberger, and then Gieri, old VG in 3rd. But for this one, we've got Matt Grimm, the Grim
Reaper.
Reaper starting out front. Next to him, we've got Doug Betts. In P3, it looks like should have Matt Wiedheifer.
I'm showing Joseph
No,
Trukowski
Joseph
here.
Joseph Chukowski. Sorry, names were shuffling. And then in fourth, we do have Matt Wiedheifer. And then in fifth, we have Aiden Thornberry. That's right. Looks like we're gonna have one more lap here. Payson as, like we said earlier in the stream, Matt Grimm looking for a little bit of redemption from the last couple weeks. Starts here with this heat race tonight for him. Then the 35 lap feature to follow this heat race. Looks like they're going to go green this time as the field gets stacked up. Pace car is going to be pulled off. And we are under green. Matt Grimm with a great jump out in the lead.
Oh, wow. He is checked out already.
Yeah, already through 1 and 2. He has pulled a massive gap over Doug Betts in second.
And not much of a fight for the pole position here. Matt Grimm keeping a steady wheel up against the wall. Back in P2, Doug Betts. He's starting to get a little trouble from Matt Wiedheifer. Man, these names, man, they're killing me.
Yeah, Matt Wiedheifer, he's been sizing up Doug Betts here for a couple of laps from what I could see. Trying out the bottom, gets in the wall there, it's going to kill some momentum, but Doug seems to be pretty comfortable on the high side. Wiedheifer just not really letting him get away and kind of changing up his lines, just showing him, hey, I'm here, man. But Matt Grimm out to a 1.5 second lead already. 7 laps to go still. Right,
yeah, the producers are telling me in my ear there. Our fellow broadcaster Davis Warren said that might have been the funniest thing I've ever heard you say on stream.
I'd love to know what he's referring to, but
yeah, the messing up the name or the wagon.
Matt Grimm looking strong as always here. 1.8 seconds clear of P2. Now over 2 seconds clear of P2 as he gets out of turn 4. Again, not sure why the ticker is not working. It's showing 5 laps to go for me. It looks like Matt Grimm now rolling the bottom.
He's gonna take the win.
He's gonna take
over
the win.
2 seconds,
yeah,
8 laps.
Yeah, over 2 seconds. Yeah, 2.05 is the final gap between Matt Grimm and the field. As we are gearing up for our feature race here. Logan, you wanna rip through the names, Mr. Name Guy?
That's a negative.
Well, we're gonna have a quick warm-up session. Give these guys one last chance to get ready for the 35 lap feature here at Lanier.
I vote for everybody to change their last name to Thornberry on iRacing.
Sounds like one person with a credit card needs to do some magic.
Exactly. Man, Grimm already trying out that just like a 1 lane up through the corners here in the warm-ups here. I'm just getting a feel for it.
We saw him rolling that bottom like once that race was, pretty much over. Be interested to see if he's just kind of sizing it up to how it feels for possible slide jobs. It's like everybody right now is looking pretty comfortable. I think a lot of saw some mistakes in the heat races, but I think that's just pre-race jitters, and I think they're gone now. We see them running a lot cleaner laps here. Well, I'd say that, and they're piling up here on the front stretch. But for the most part, they're running a lot cleaner laps here in this warm-up session. Looks like only about maybe a little bit longer here. But you know what? We'll take a look here at the race info. Here we are at Lanier National Speedway. We are running the full configuration. I think it's the only configuration. It is in the great country of USA. It's a 0.33 mile dirt track. Temperature is currently 70 degrees and it is 936 feet above sea level. The weather here that we're showing, I'm assuming the temperature is temperature on track, but the weather on the right side is showing 81 degrees, 45% humidity, cloudy, and there's just 8 miles per hour wind.
Yeah, it could be a lot with those big old flying wings on the top, so it could affect the way these cars handle a little bit.
Yeah, especially
Got some cars wrecking, trying some things out here in the warm-up, so.
Yeah, they're trying a lot here. I respect it. I mean, I think that it's going to be really just trying to find, where can they make their moves. I mean, I think we saw all 3 of our heat winners really be up along the top, like we see here with Ken and Leuenberger. I mean, all the way to the wall. If the car ain't sparking, you ain't going fast enough, is what I'm understanding here about Lanier so far tonight. It looks like warm-up is done. We'll go ahead, Logan.
I was watching Mac Rim that whole warm-up there, and he's figured out a way to keep the car straight off the corner on that bottom lane, and I think that's going to be very useful come to the end of this race because he's not spinning the tires so much coming off the corner.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's I mean, he's quick everywhere. There's a couple of these guys in here that, no matter where, even if they say, "Oh, I'm horrible at this track," they'll sit there and just end up blowing the field away. So I like I said last week, it's like, these guys say they're horrible at a track, and it's like, I'd hate to see if you were good at a track because I don't know what would happen. But going through the order here,
it's like our good buddy, retired buddy Cole Martin.
That's true. Retired buddy Cole Martin always used to say he was terrible somewhere and he'd go out and win. So I guess it's just that, staying humble mentality that just keeps it going. But we'll go through the starting lineup here. Starting on pole, it's going to be Lockie Phillips, part of the Evolution Sim Sports team with Lockie Phillips and Henry Finson. Starting in second is going to be Mason Heimball. In third, Matt Grimm. In fourth, oh my, the names are shuffling. In fourth, I believe it's going to be Henry Finson. Give me a sec. Let him reshuffle. All right. In fifth, we have
Kenan Leuenberger.
In sixth, Trent Curtis. Seventh, sixth, Doug Betts. Seventh, Trent Curtis. Eighth, Matt Wiedheifer. In ninth, we have Vince Gieri. In 10th, Preston Cottrell. 11th, Kyle Dersham. 12th, Kyle Smith. 13th, Joseph Trukowski. 14th, Aiden Thornberry. And 15th, Sawyer Tinker. I think we're going to see a good run out of Sawyer here. If he can get through this field, I think it's going to make things interesting.
Yeah, I might need to keep the camera on him a little bit as we're coming to the green flag. Lockie Phillips going to get us fired off.
Oh, what a big jump for Lockie Phillips. He's able to jump on the high side. He's going to have Heimball behind him. Matt Grimm in the inside. Matt Grimm not quite able to slide up into second, but he is going to try it now as he tries to run down Lockie Phillips. Lockie looked really quick so far here tonight at Lanier. To see Heimball try to throw a slider there on Matt Grimm.
And looks like he might make it work. He does. Matt Grimm gets into the wall a little bit out of turn 4. To see Lockie Phillips just killing that high side right now.
Yeah, Lockie Phillips is absolutely ripping it, but we see Heimball trying to best the bottom feeder himself, Henry Finson, down there, but Finson going to be inside of Heimball there temporarily, but Heimball able to carry a lot of good speed there off the corner. Now we even see Matt Grimm drop down to the bottom, try to get some pace back. Thought that high side was really
shaking it up.
What's that?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were done talking. I said they're already starting to shake up the lines, and the caution is out already.
Caution's out.
Not sure what's here.
Out. Let's take a look. Yellow flag. Looks like it was Kyle Smith. Let's have a look and see what happened with Kyle. Let's see, as they come off of the turn 4, Kyle here in the back. Gonna look underneath the car and oh. That's gonna break your steer in there, hitting the inside wall that hard and then hitting the outside as well. Just don't think the move was quite on there like he thought it was.
We might see Sawyer Tinker here win the old Buffalo Transformer Services Hard Charger Award.
Very true. Sawyer Tinker up 3 positions so far into 12th. And I mean, lap time wise, he's running better than around. He should be around in like the 6th or 7th. No meme, no meme intended there. But I mean, lap times are looking good even in traffic for Sawyer Tinker. So I think if he can keep picking up some positions, getting some more cautions, you know, good timing there, he could be on for a good run tonight.
Yeah, because we're only 5 laps in out of the 35. Reminder that, you know, caution laps don't count. So we still have 30 laps to go here. That's quite a bit of time, especially if he keeps getting yellows within a few laps and he can pick up a couple spots each time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, especially with all the fighting we've seen so far at the front tonight, I mean, really anything can happen. And I mean, really for a guy like Sawyer that, you know, had great speed in qualifying, had some bad luck in the heat. I mean, there's plenty of guys in this field that are in the same spot as him, right? We're just kind of keen on with a good qualifying result, but
hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
As we hear, we're not going green yet as they continue to delay the caution, but yeah, I mean, you're just hoping for chaos up front, really, and hoping you can avoid it and not take damage yourself.
I just saw a guy on the 4th row over here throw his hot dog wrapper on the track. He was mad about that extension to the caution, but we do have a packed grandstand here tonight. I mean, they are here to watch this TCR Sprint Car Series race, and they are excited about it.
Crowd and Lanier is rowdy. I saw a dude actually in the pre-race before the stream went live. He took 2 Bud Lights and smashed them over his head, and I mean, I've never seen anything quite like it except for Charlotte 2022. As it looks like pace car is going to be off this time. We are actually going to be going green here. Lockie Phillips going to jump.
Green flag.
And be the first to take the green flag here. Already ripping the top as we see Heimbaugh looking low. Not going to work.
Heimbaugh hard to the wall.
Yeah, Heimbaugh hard to the wall. Matt Grimm going to be trying to just stay with Heimbaugh. But look at who's here. Henry Finson able to get by both Heimbaugh and Grimm on the bottom. What did we say about this guy?
Yep, right on the bottom, just where he likes it, and he's actually able to get low enough, it looks like, to get, well, maybe not so much in 1 and 2, but right there. The mud's not slick yet. He's keeping it right on the edge of that. As you see right here, his right rear is going to be just below. Oh, we got a yellow again.
Yellow. And so far, early in this race, it's a 1-2 for Evolution Sim Sports with Lockie Phillips and Henry Finson occupying those first 2 positions. But let's take a look at that wreck. Let's see. Looks like this one is going to be on Aiden Thornberry. Let's take a look at what happened here with Aiden.
We definitely need a soundboard thing for him for when we mention his name.
This is true. I'm not seeing. Let's see, maybe it didn't go far back enough. Trying to find the incident here. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what happened. It was looks like the 81 of Matt Wiedheifer. We'll go to him first and take a look. Looks like he got in a crash, and unfortunately Aiden Thornberry going to pay the price. So switch you over here so you can see what we're seeing as we go on the replay here. So Wiedheifer going to hit the wall, get facing the wrong way, going to get smacked one time, parks on the track, and we see Aiden Thornberry crashing into him. So both those cars going to go to the pits, get some repairs, lock in for the rest of this feature race. As go back live, still pacing. Like I said, it's a 1-2 so far for Evolution Sim Sports, Lockie Phillips and Henry Finson, the duo that, I mean, the races that I've seen so far, they've looked very strong. It looks like we're about to go green.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what Fencing can do here now that he's in second right behind his teammate. They fire off.
Green flag.
Leader's going to get a pretty good jump, but not as good as it has been. Fencing right on the bottom, right where he likes it. He's going to make up a little bit of ground here on the leader.
Yeah, it seems like for Finson, we really start to see that bottom help him out. after a couple laps when guys are on the high side really trying to push the issue. And we would see Matt Grimm behind the fence and working that bottom, seeing if Matt Grimm can make up the spot on Mason Heimbaugh. But I like this. I like this so far. I mean, a lot of this racing is usually very single lane, other than the one-off slide jobs and everything. But this is awesome racing here with two really viable lines for these drivers.
For sure, and I thought maybe Phillips would walk away from him a little bit, but he seems to be keeping it even, or maybe even keeping up with him or gaining a little bit on him.
Yeah, it looks like Vincent was actually just a hair quicker last time by. This time by, looks like Lockie Phillips
about a 10 slower.
Yeah, 10 slower. So Lockie Phillips starting to get in his groove here. Take a look a little bit further back. Highball starting to put the pressure on Vincent as punishment for that. A little bit slower of a lap time last time by. We see Matt Grimm behind him, sticking with the top for now. Looks like he got to the wall just a hair on the front stretch, but I don't think we've seen the last of Matt Grimm tonight. I think it's only a matter of time before he really figures it out and puts some pressure on his leaders.
Yeah, Heimbaugh doing the Frankenstein lap. He's running the bottom. Well, he's back up to the top. Spoke too soon, but he was running the bottom in 3 and 4 and the top in 1 and 2, and he made up a lot of ground on Vincent.
Yeah, it's working for him right now. Putting Vincent under a lot of pressure here as he's able to carry a lot of speed, and we got a yellow.
Vincent was so close to smacking him.
Yeah, it looks like the crash there with Vince Gieri. Take a look here. Let's see what happened with old Vince. So if we take a look here, this is out of turn 4. It's like a little contact there, and I guess that was enough to break the steering, or I don't know. It looked like a little bit of net code, but Vince Gieri hard in the outside wall. Yeah, that well, especially with the contact with the outside wall, that steering is broken. So we'll see him toe to the pits. And we'll look back live here.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch these yellows, but I'm watching the stream as the viewers are, so I'm a little bit behind on being able to see what actually happened, but he definitely did break the tie rod there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I really thought that there wasn't too much contact there, but I guess it was just that right spot for unfortunately for Vince Gieri that it just ended up breaking the tire rod and sent him in the outside wall. So hopefully he's able to go to the pits, get his fast repairs, and be ready to go for the rest of this feature.
Looking like we're gonna have about 19 to 20 laps to go here when we take the green flag again, and we've got the field bunch back up. It makes you wonder if maybe does Matt Grimm have anything? Has he been saving a little in the tank to make a charge to the front, or is Heimbaugh going to take advantage of this because he really started to figure it out there before the yellow?
I agree. Heimbaugh is making up a lot of time there right before the yellow. I think for both these guys, though, it's going to be about getting that good launch and keeping that momentum, because I just don't think, with what you say about 19 laps to go, I mean, that's a lot of time and things can happen, but you want to try to be able to move up and get those laps completed, because if a caution comes out right when you're completing a move, you got to go back behind them. So I think for them, their goal should be, we need to get ripping straight away, start being a little bit more aggressive if possible, see how much pressure they can put on the duo from Evolution Sim Sports.
Yeah, because definitely, I mean, Nate, you and I are teammates in different forms of motorsports, but if I'm leading or you're leading and one of us is in second, we're going to try to do all we can do to keep that person from getting to you in the lead. So
absolutely. It's team orders in place right here. Is Lockie Phillips going to pull away, and even like you were saying, we've seen pretty good jumps out of these two when they've been in the top two, and that's another thing. More information that they're sharing between them in the calls and the comms is that they're getting the best launch possible for both of them, so they can pull away. As we see just that, really, Mason Heimbaugh under a little bit of pressure there from Matt Grimm. Matt Grimm going to look to the low side, able to make up some ground for P3. Let's see if he can have a good run out of 3 and 4 and make the position on Mason Heimbaugh.
And Matt Grimm wasting no time as that the first lap after they went back green, he was pushing Timeball down the straightaways. So definitely got some speed built up in that car, and he is making a move for third. Might clear him here out of 1 and 2. Oh, and he pulls the slider.
There it is. We've seen out of Matt Grimm
He clears
so many
him.
times. He's going to clear him for now. Heimball going to dive back to the bottom. They're catching Vincent right now. Matt Grimm is going to make it stick so right now for P3. Heimball's still looking low, but I think Heimball is kind of going to be stalled out and limited to how close he can get to Henry Finson, which is going to help Matt Grimm out a lot.
Matt Grimm rocketed off of 4.
He's rocketing off the corner right now. A lot of momentum in that car right now as he's starting to catch Vincent. Yellow's back out, which good news for Matt Grimm. He made up a spot. Great news for Evolution Sim Sports. They're still 1-2. Let's take a look. It looks like it was Sawyer Tinker. He was actually running really well too. He was, I believe, running up in the 8th position. Let's take a look and see what happened with Sawyer.
Just heard the call will be 1 minute for repair, and then we'll go back green here. So at least a minute intermission caution here.
Oh, okay. See what happened here. It looks like as we'll start everyone off here, taking a look. This is crossing the start-finish line. Sawyer going to be up on the high side, and just a slide job gone wrong there, and even more contact afterwards. And yeah, unfortunate for Sawyer Tinker there. I think he was on for he was having a really good run there, and looks like he had to tow, but yeah, I think that's just a slide job gone wrong.
I do want to bring up that Mr. Sawyer Tinker's made its way all the way up to 8th, so he's half this position so far. And I did want to bring up something with Matt Grimm as well. The few races I've probably broadcasted maybe 6 or 7 of these TCR sprint car races, and something I've noticed about Matt Grimm is that you won't really see much of him at the beginning of the race, and it seems like he's taking care of the right rear and trying to keep it slow, keep it cool. And then second half of the race comes, and all of a sudden, bam, here he is again.
It makes his job a lot harder, because I agree with you. We've seen that out of the Grim Reaper multiple times where you kind of forget about him in a way. It looks like we're about to go green here. Lockie Phillips going to lead us back to green flag. I agree. Yeah, you got to be careful of him. You can never really count him out, as he's going to tuck in on the high side right behind leader Lockie Phillips. Pretty good launch out of the leaders here. That's Grimm. Oh, just going to get into the wall there. Kills the run a little bit, but he's still 1-2. Yeah, look.
He's knocking on the back door of Finson right now, though. I think if this thing stays green for another couple laps, I think he's going to get the position on Finson.
I agree. As we see him ripping the top right now, I don't think he's quite got I don't know if it's the heat of the tires, the grip up there right now, but it seems like he doesn't have the same amount of speed that he had right before that caution came out. As you see a lot of counter steer coming off the corner. That time a little bit better.
The yellow flag is
Yellow
out.
flag's back out. Looks like Vince Gieri and Joseph Chukowski gonna be into it. We'll take a look here on the rec replay.
Not what Matt Grimm wanted to see with that yellow there.
Not at all. He definitely wanted that to stay green for a little bit longer to pick up that spot. So let's go to far chase here. We'll transition over. So we are on here with Vince Gieri. So we hit play. It's like he's working the bottom here. And, just going to get into it there with Joseph Chukowski. Not really sure. I felt like kind of a late turn in there maybe by Gieri, but also I kind of think that they were both just going for the same real estate. Chukowski looked like maybe he was just really looking to dive it into turn 1 there.
Oh, wow, yeah, hard hit between the two.
So I'm not sure what the lap count you're showing is, but like you said right before we took a look at that replay, not what the Grim Reaper really wanted, as Lockie Phillips And Fenson still 1-2. Fenson hasn't really experimented too much with the high side. Looks like we're going to go green this time. Short caution here. Lucky Phillips. Pace car is in. Lucky Phillips going to go green. Great jump out of Fenson. Really a great jump out of the field. Lucky Phillips really not able to get away as much on that one as we've seen. Is he's in the wall pretty hard. Still able to carry out a lot of speed out of the corner.
Yeah, you know, I was going to say, you know, he didn't want to see that yellow, but the only good news is you get to retry the restart. You know, maybe he's trying to manipulate it a little bit, lag back, and try to get a little bit of a run on the, you know, when they try to take off, because they are teammates, so they're probably telling each other when they're going to, you know, go hammer down. But it looks like he's contending for second right now.
Yeah, Matt Grimm is there. He's ahead of Fenson entering turn 3. Should have the run out of turn 4 to complete the pass.
He clears him there.
He clears him. It's
Matt Grimm. Oh, he's in the wall.
He's still going to be able to keep second for now. He's going to look to the bottom side. Only 6 laps to go here at Lanier, trying to make up the gap to Lucky Phillips. He's going to have to give it everything he's got to close the gap. Last time lost to 10. Just got to keep putting that pressure on.
Not sure he's going to have enough time. He might be hoping for a caution at this point.
Yeah, hoping for a yellow here. Can't always bank on that. Heimball looking really quick around the high side as well, as he's closed the gap to Matt Grimm whenever Grimm got to the wall. Looks like the gap right now is just about 7/10, as Grimm is absolutely sending it in the corner. So is Heimball behind him. These guys want everything.
But yeah, Fenson's starting to drop off a little bit. I don't know, maybe if you burn up the right rear or what, but Heimball is definitely giving Grimm a run for his money right now. Oh,
and a big hit!
Big contact!
Oh no, and absolutely
that is bad news.
Yeah,
that's bad news for Grimm and Heimball there.
I don't even know if we can show the replay on that. That was a bit egregious, just in terms of the just wow, the wreck there. Just, I mean, you know, if you're in that sprint car and your belts aren't strapped all the way, we'll see you in the parking lot. I mean, he just slammed in that tire barrier there at the track entry. Holy cow. Take a look here at Heimball. I'm just curious if he even really got any damage from that. It's not really looking like any, so a really lucky part for him. I mean, he had great speed, but I mean, I don't think that's the way you really want to ever do it if you can help it.
Yeah, that's a rough break for Matt Grimm there. And Heimball looks like he's got a little wing damage on the right side here.
Yeah, we'll see how much that hurts him. But, yeah, I mean,
and a little bit of push bar on the right side. I'm not sure exactly what they call that right bar on the right side of the car, but that it's definitely a little banged up. So.
See how much it hurts him here. I mean, it's too late in the race to pit, give up that track position. So you just gotta run what you brung at this point. However beat up it is, doesn't matter. It looks like we're gonna go green this time by. Pace car should be pulling off. See,
here we go.
Phillips gonna go green for possibly the last time. A huge jump out of Lucky Phillips. Heimball definitely struggling with some damage as he starts to drop back immediately. And that's gonna put Evolution Sim Sports in for a 1-2.
Yeah, that's wild there. Fenson was starting to drop off pretty bad, and now he's back in the limelight of P2, and actually not too far off the leader, really.
Now as they head through 3 and 4 for the final time, it's going to be Lucky Phillips back on top, able to hold off his teammate Henry Fenson. It's a 1-2 for Evolution Sim Sports. Cannon Leuenberger finishing in 3rd, Matt Wiedheifer all the way up to 4th after some earlier wrecks, and Kyle Smith into 5th with 8 spots up. That's going to be your Hard Charger award right there for a P5. How about that?
Yeah, wow, this is not how I thought this race was going to turn out, but you know, they constantly surprise me here with the TCR Sprint Car Series. It's always exciting.
Absolutely, as we'll take once Cannon Leuenberger gets back around, we'll get all three of our podium finishers here in the shot so you can see the pretty cars, and we'll get them pulled up in the booth here in just a second. We'll wait for them to get out of their cars and get to the media center. Take a look here. We'll go ahead and show our winner for tonight. Lockie Phillips does it again. Like I said last week, not able to have the strongest showing, but this week, I mean, Logan, I don't know if there's many people that really look like they could beat him tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he just really showed some muscle on that top side. No mistakes, just ripped it every time. I really didn't see him mess up all night. I mean, can't ask for anything more out of somebody that, takes home the win. So it wasn't a fluke thing at all. I mean, he definitely earned it.
Absolutely. We're still waiting for our winner to stop drinking beer and get to the media center. But yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who the one person is here in Discord.
I believe that's gonna be
Is that Cannon?
Leuenberger.
Okay. Yeah, we're still waiting on.
I believe so. I'm checking to see here. I'm not seeing Lockie online, which is unfortunate. We want him in the booth to celebrate his win. I guess we'll go reverse order tonight. We'll start here with Cannon. I'll pull him in here. Oh, we got Lockie. Perfect. That was a misclick, but it worked out for the best. Lockie Phillips, the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, Matt.
Lockie, man, we were just talking about while you were drinking beer, getting out of your car, whatever you were doing, on your way to the media center here on Grease Vision. We were talking about just a great performance tonight. I mean, look dominant in the heat race. You start on the pole for the feature, and I mean, it just seemed like you just kind of called ball game from lap one. Walk us through just how you kept your focus and everything. I mean, you were untouchable on the top tonight.
Yeah, I just was zoned in. I actually felt really comfortable. I going into tonight was stressing out, like not my favorite track. So yeah, I actually felt really comfortable for once at this joint. So maybe it should be on the calendar more often. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. I see your teammate. I know that you're a top feeder. He's a bottom feeder. At one time, it looked like maybe the bottom was starting to be the preferred line, but then we realized quickly that you had it locked down on the top. Did you ever have any thoughts at all about maybe switching your lineup?
We talk in Discord while we're racing, so he did say the bottom was coming in, but at that point it was I think it was 1 and 2 was good on the top, but 3 and 4 was good on the bottom. So we were like pretty much saying right next to each other. I did hear him say that he was getting a lot of grip out of 4 coming up track, and I could hear him like right next to me. I'm like, don't take me out. But yeah, it worked. Then the top just come in after that, and yeah, just sat that right rear up there, and yeah, not much wheel input, and yeah, it just felt like it was on rails.
Awesome to hear. Sounds like it was just kind of a Sunday drive for you, like you said, on rails, just nice and easy, no wheel and everything. And a 1-2 for Evolution Sim Sports for you and your teammate Henry Fenson. So a great run for both of you tonight. Anyone you want to thank for your win tonight?
Oh, just massive shout out to Henry. Last week and the week before struggles just because I was away on holidays and was racing on basically in a caravan on a steering wheel with pedals on the floor, and it wasn't great. So just had to hang. Like I think I finished 9th last week at Williams Grove, and then I got crashed out the week before at Lanier running 3rd. I'm like, holy shit, this is actually pretty good. I think I was 2nd at one point too there. So it was yeah, really strange trying to drive a sim in a caravan while you're away, but we we stayed in the point hunt, so that was the main goal.
I respect it. I respect the grind. Well, Lockie, congrats on the win. Congrats to the team for a 1-2 here tonight at Lanier, and we'll let you get back and celebrate. If you could have Henry join the media center, I know he's probably slamming beers in celebration, but if you could have him take a break, we'd love to talk to him as well.
Yeah, just like to thank you guys for streaming and Trent and Matt for putting the league on. I'd like to thank all the boys at Evolution Sim Sports, ABR Setup Shop, Graham Electrical and Data, Premium Sim Designs, Calibs and Computers, Skid Kings, JJ and SC Raceware, iRacing Down Under, Premium Cinematography, and Down Under Sim TV. See you next week, boys.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. That's Lockie Phillips,
Thanks, guys.
everyone. Yeah, let's see. We'll move him out, and we'll await his teammate, Henry Finson. So we'll see if we're able to get
Looking
a
like
hold of him.
Hey, he's still in the media center muted, so you might want to just go ahead and pull up
Pull
Cannon
up our
here.
P3. All right. Well, yeah, we'll take a break in the Evolution Sim Sports celebration. We'll pull up our P3 while we wait for Henry Finson. So we'll pull him up in here, and we've got P3 Cannon Leuenberger. Cannon, you got a copy?
I got you.
Cannon, man, you looked like you had great speed tonight. I think, you kind of just need a little bit more to fall your way. I think that I really liked what you were doing. You seemed like you were switching up your lines a lot, being very aggressive. I think that last caution came out at a great time for you, but it seemed like you were really fighting a lot, up to third, down to sixth, kind of, just shuffling around all night. Walk me through what was going through your head, for most of this feature race.
Yeah, it was kind of a tough one. The track slicked off quite a bit, obviously, and I was just trying to find the right set for the wing and trying to find the right line. I'm not very good at running the wall, so just trying to find somewhere in the middle that was still fast, but it's tough keeping up with those two guys up front. One running the bottom, one running the top. I was just trying to find something different that was quick in the middle.
Yeah, Cannon, congratulations on the third place. That was wild. Do you think if maybe you had another 10 laps, do you think you had anything for Evolution Sim Sports there?
I mean, I'd give it a shot, but I don't know. Those guys beating down the wall up top, they're fast and they're smooth, and I don't know. I'd give it my all, but they're pretty quick.
Well, Cannon, I mean, a great run tonight. Like I said, I think third is a pretty good result considering all the battling that you did during the race. Is there anyone you want to thank for tonight's performance?
Yeah, of course. I want to thank you guys for putting this on and the stream and stuff. Always fun doing this. And then Vince Gray, he's also my teammate in the race, and did some practice laps before the race. So all them guys.
All right. Well, we'll let you get back to your team and prep for next week at Volusia. But great run tonight, Cannon. And we'll hope to talk to you again next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
And that's Cannon.
Yep.
And it looks like we still not seeing Mr. Finson in the media center as of yet. We'll give him a couple more seconds here.
I know he was in there and then he left, so I'm not sure if he had other obligations that he had to do.
It's possible he may have had to run to another race or some celebrations or something. So just in case we don't get to talk to him, congrats to Henry Finson on a great second place finish. His last two races, I mean, he won last week and he finished his second right behind his teammate. I mean, you really can't ask for much better. So congrats to Finson and congrats to Evolution Sim Sports on a great run tonight. I think tonight was kind of the night they finally just everything clicked, Logan. I think everything just kind of seemed to work for them and things fell in their favor when, even if they really didn't need it to, it did anyway. So, I mean, I think it was a great race for that team for sure.
Yeah, definitely not too much like negative calamity, right? I mean, there was some things up front that happened, but I think, the cautions played out at good times to make the race interesting, and it's unfortunate for Matt Grimm and Mason Heimball, but it's racing, things happen. So I'm excited to see what happens next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's probably going to be just a banger, just like this one was.
I think so. I think next week at Volusia is going to be just as much of a banger as we saw tonight at Lanier. We got some people in the chat. Just want to shout out Dirt Track Kingdom. Big fan of Mr. Leuenberger. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. And Lockie Phillips actually confirming that Finson had to go. So, like I said, congrats to him and the team. But yeah, I think we'll definitely see some more storylines next week. Probably centered around, one, we've only said it a bunch tonight for good reason. Evolution Sim Sports, can they just translate the dominance that they showed tonight to next week at Volusia? Two, I'm curious to see what happens with Heimball and Matt Grimm. I don't think there's really any bad blood. I think, it's racing, it's heat of the moment stuff, and I'm sure, both upset at the time at damage and the wreck and everything, but I'm just curious to see how much, I'm sure they're going to let it go and everything, but, it doesn't mean they're not going to race each other hard on track come next week. So I think that's going to be interesting. I think guys that really showed a lot of speed tonight, guys like Sawyer Tinker, even Vince Gieri tonight, Trent Curtis was up there at one point. Kyle Smith with a fifth place he finished. I mean, talk about him a little bit. He, started back in, it looks like 13th and able to finish top five. A great run for him. These guys that had the speed and just maybe needed one or two more cautions, maybe needed things to fall their way a little bit more chaos up front. You really never know. So I'm looking forward to next week at Volusia.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you look at, the grid position versus the finishing positions, I mean, second place finished sixth. Third starting spot finished 12th. The guy that finished second started fourth, and the guy that finished third started fifth, and the guy that finished fourth started in ninth. So, I mean, it's crazy how much of a shakeup it is, and I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, you never know, and you'll have to come back and join us next week. We do head to Volusia, like we said. This actually does coincide with the actual World of Outlaws Gator Nationals that are starting there tomorrow. So it'll kind of be on track for the real life stuff. Definitely make sure to tune in that if you can, and definitely make sure to come back and join us again on Tuesday for our version of the Gator Nationals at Volusia. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to Grease Vision so you don't miss any of our awesome streams. Make sure to leave a like on this stream. It definitely helps us out with the algorithm. And if you have a chance, share it with a friend. See if they'd be interested in it and see if they can join us next week. But I think that's going to do it here tonight at Lanier. Lockie Phillips, Henry Fenson, and Ken Leuenberger, your top three, with Evolution Simsport locking out a 1-2. Logan, anything else to say?
No, man, I'm just really looking forward to next week and seeing how everything turns out. Glad I'll be able to do 2 weeks in a row, and that way I can, have a little background on what happened the previous week. So that'll be great.
Absolutely, and hopefully Davis is doing great watching us. We will miss him next week as well, but he'll be back for the week after. But until next week, we will see you guys later. Have a good night.